of their Ray, I believe. So we will have a game very soon. Stick around. Dota time. Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. Not just a game, it is a game for StarLadder Season 6, day number 25. Third game of the day. It is KP taking on Navi. For Navi, this game doesn't mean anything because they can't go to LAN finals anyway because they'll be in China. For KP, they need the win to keep ahead of Mousesports, who's going to face Navi after this one. Both KP and Mousesports are sitting at 11 games played, 7-1, 4 losses, and they are fighting to go to the top. Of course, they want to be at the top 4 of StarSeries in the end. For today, of course, Arteezy is not here. He is never here during the week time for StarSeries. Of course, he is in high school. So we have a stand-in for KP. It is Sing Sing once again. Navi is here with their full lineup. And we are here with also a 3-man team to provide coverage for you. We have got K-poptosis, who is our stats man for today. He'll be the one that you'll see putting out the stats in the game client as well as on the stream. And of course, my co-caster for today, it is Kanaz. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
And I think so. It's indeed good to be back here at this very game, because I am really looking forward to this game.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping it'll be a good match and that KP won't try and go super late game against Navi and Navi just pick something early and, you know, wreck them before they can get anything done.
By the way, did you turn on your microphone? Ha!
Damn.
Wow, this time I'm the one that says it first. So yeah, there's a Pudge picked up by Navi. We know that Navi doesn't care if they win or lose. Let that be known. I mean, they might care, but in theory, it doesn't care for them because it doesn't matter for them anymore. They're very, very high up in the rankings, but even if they weren't, they're not going to go to Kiev because they'll be in China, as I just said. So these games for them are either fun or just enjoying the game. They, of course, have the obligation to StarLadder to still play their matches. That is known. And they're just here to have fun. We saw them earlier on with Blink Daggers on Zeus and all that stuff. We see them now with the Pudge. So Dandy Pudge up against Sing Sing in mid. We all know how Sing Sing feels facing Dandy in mid lane already. So that will be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be a Queen of Pain versus Pudge match, if it looks like. Fun. That's a fun match. Queen of Pain should not be really struggling in that kind of a lane, just because she has Blink to get away if she ever manages to get hooked. Of course, Sing Sing, he's a professional player. He doesn't get hooked, right?
Right. Right. We'll see. Yeah. He has his work cut out for him. It will be interesting to see how that lane goes. In terms of bans so far, we have got the Lone Druid and the Rubik banned out, so that's going to be a bit of a respect ban towards Kuroki's Rubik. We have got the Bat Rider and the Wisp banned out by Navi. They ban it out every single time lately, as we have seen. As we have got the Chen Enchantress banned out there as well, with Lifestealer and Lina there banned out as well for the set of Navi. I don't know what's happening in the background, but something is really crackling. If you could move that away from the microphone, that would be much appreciated.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that was.
I don't know if it was you or if K-poptosis still has his microphone on either, but it was kind of loud for me at least.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, hopefully it stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these bans kind of all over the place at the moment. KP just taking out junglers. Looks like they don't want Puppey to be able to jungle in this particular game, taking out both the Chen and the Enchantress. We don't see Enchantress really banned a ton, but looks like internally it just doesn't want Puppey to be on either of these heroes. And we'll see what they end up going with as a result, if they were planning on jungling something, and if they are, Puppey has jungled lots of strange heroes. So if they really want to go that route, they have a lot of other options.
That's the thing. Like right now, you already have most of your bans done right now with this drafting phase. So you know what you can do still with the rest of your draft. They probably have got some plans. You would expect them to have some plans, at least KP. Because, I mean, if like I said, Navi is just probably playing, like, what do you want to play? You want to play Pudge? Here you go, have Pudge. Want to play Gyro host? Here you go, have a Gyrocopter. They can't do that because they have nothing on the line. KP, though, they have to go really try hard this game. And it's not going to be easy up against the Dandy Pudge. And there's a Visage, so still a very micro-intensive hero on the board. As I mean, I guess it can be like, okay, Eternal Envy, he made clear that he doesn't want the Chen or Enchantress to go in the way of Navi. So he doesn't want those micro-intensive hero. What do Navi? They still pick up a very micro-intensive hero. Might be just to spite Envy. As we all know, Come With Me is pretty much of a god on Visage lately. So just denying KP that one as well is very strong.
Yeah, Come With Me has played very, very well on the Visage, and they've been playing sort of a 3.5 almost role, or Come With Me farms quite a bit usually on whichever support he's playing. So the Visage really can utilize that pretty effectively. Getting the Aghanim Scepter is very powerful on him for the third familiar to come out. And yeah, they're just going to take him away. Navi have been running Visage a little bit as well, so it's not necessarily just denying it from KP, so much as maybe they wanted to play it in this particular game, but he's a powerful hero, and probably one that they're going to have to get used to seeing both playing and playing against if they're going to be in China in the next couple weeks, based on the last couple Chinese tournaments we've seen.
For sure, he's one of those high-profile picks, and even first ban material as well. So we see a Nyx Assassin picked up together with that. Could be a very aggressive trialing coming off from Navi. Could be 2 roaming supports, because both Visage and Nyx Assassin can go for those early aggression kills with the Soul Assumption, as well as with that Impale being pretty powerful early level. And they leave one offlaner to be picked up later on. Only 1 ban left for KP, and there's so many offlaners left that it is pretty simple to still manage to pick something up that you're comfortable with. We have a Jakiro picked up for KP. You have got, of course, that Ice Path to follow up on the Nightmare from the Bane. So that is a really strong combination to already have there, but they still need their carry, and that's something that Navi can start banning out right now.
Yeah, Navi gets one chance to just ban out the carry they don't want to play against, and it looks like Spectre is that option. So Spectre a pretty powerful carry in her own right, and the one they choose not to deal with, but there's so many carries, you only get 1 ban for this last pick, and KP, it feels like they always last pick their hero, carry, because Eternal Envy just plays like anything, realistically. So there's no real point in banning them out. You might as well take out other powerful heroes, and then for this last ban, just pick up the carry you like the least. And Spectre's a pretty powerful one that can move around the map very easily with Haunt. It has a lot of late game potential, with just the very high effective HP as a result of a dispersion. So just the one they don't want to play with in this game. We'll see what KP end up going with, and what Navi are going to do with their last pick here. Probably an offlaner.
Yeah, we already had, of course, Nature's Prophet getting banned out. They could still go for a safe laner and then just put a pretty high carry hero maybe still there, if they want to do that. Oh, there's the Mirana, Havos signature hero. This time we saw him yesterday as well, I believe. Yesterday he was indeed playing that Mirana as well when Dandy was playing Zeus. But yeah, that's one of his signature heroes, or used to be.
Yeah, definitely, and in this particular game, it kind of looks like it's going to be in the off lane, so probably in the hands of Funnick, since there's not really another Funnick hero here. Yeah, I don't know. Havos is one we've been seeing play. I guess we saw Dendi play Mirana the other day too, so who knows? They're just trying Mirana for everyone lately. They could also just run Havos on the Mirana and have Funnick on the Gyrocopter, and it looks like Havos is going to pick up the Gyrocopter though. So yeah, it's an offlane Mirana played by Funnick. They're just giving all of their core players a chance to play Mirana, I guess.
Yeah. This is the third time in like a very short span of time that we see Navi and StarLadder alone play Mirana. We've indeed seen the solo mid one, we've seen the carry one, and now we're going to see the offlane one. So everybody gets a chance. And of course Mirana, she got buffed, and they're maybe trying to just find the best way to implement her to the game and implement her to their way of playing. We also saw, though, that they're not taking the games that seriously and are just liking to mess around and you just go gank around, roam around, and get kills. So we might see that here as well. As for KP, Bone 7 is here. We'll be seeing him playing the Darkseer on the offlane. In the mid lane it is the Beaver Knight, who is of course Sing Sing playing the Queen of Pain. On the tri lane top, the safe tri lane, it is Eternal Envy playing the Anti-Mage Pylai Die on his Bane. And last one is Come With Me playing the Jakiro. And that should be the heroes that will keep Eternal Envy safe to farm out fast enough before Navi get too much out of control. Wow.
Yep, and for Navi on the Radiant side, looks like we're going to have Puppy on the Nyx Assassin, Kuroki taking up the Visage, Lana, Del, and Ray, I'm assuming it's Host, playing the Gyrocopter. Okay. Mid lane is going to be Dendi on the Pudge, and finally the off lane will be Mirana, handled by Funnick.
Indeed. And yeah, that is a safe trial lane for now for Navi as well. By the looks of it, Mirana going top lane, safe lane, and actually picks herself up a Quelling Blade, so that's quite interesting to see. Gonna be chopping. Oh, is it a Ancienting? Is it an Ancienting Mirana? What's she gonna do here?
Well, he's got a Quelling Blade. I don't know how he's going to do this, but
he's gonna make them walk around in a circle. Like, if he hits from here, they'll have to walk all the way around, and by the time they get there, never mind, he just messed it up.
Now he killed the tree.
Now he killed the tree, yeah. Well, that's interesting. We're gonna see what he's gonna be planning on doing here. I mean, you have the Anti-Mage up on one side. I mean, KP's lineup looking pretty solid. Oh, what's this guy doing? What the hell? Rocket Barrage Bone 7. He will die. He'll be first blood going the way of Navi self. Already picked off. One more hit needed. No. Can they get it? Tower coming in. Impale will still get the hit. And a Rocket Barrage coming up from Avos. And Pylai Die will be the second one to go down. And all he wanted to do was get the rune.
Denied.
But all of a sudden,
yeah.
2 people dying already in that mid lane. Bone 7 way out of position there. Soul Assumption there, Rocket Barrage there. And most recent Dendi Pudge game, 7-0-4, 13-minute GG against Empire. Well, that's not something that, well, that KP really would want to see. We'll see how Sing Sing can keep Dendi down. It's tough. It's a tough thing to do. I mean, it is a signature hero for him for a reason, right?
Yeah, definitely, but I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what Funnick is trying to do right now. I understand the concept of doing these ancient pulls, but usually you pick a hero that has a way to kill ancients. Funnick on Mirana just has to right-click them for like a minute and a half each to get one kill. This is not fast or efficient in any way, but I guess this is what they want to do. Well,
they don't attack him. Like, this is okay-ish. Maybe they just want to test it for later purposes, see how fast it goes or something like that. Or see how fast people will notice that this is going on. I mean, he's getting the small ones. He's hitting the small ones first. His base attack damage, though, the base attack damage of Mirana is overall fairly low. Oh, Sing Sing able to jump himself out. The blink will be allowing him to get out. No hook hitting there. Of course, you can vote who you think will win. Exclamation mark. Vote. And then the team of your choice. Case sensitive. So make sure you write Navi with the capital N only. And KP with 2 capitals as Sing Sing gets himself that rune control there on that mid lane. In the meantime, Kuroki and Puppy trying to get as much out of the jungle as they can. Same thing, of course, goes for the supports on the side of KP. Though we do have the Bane helping out here on the mid lane, keeping that enfeeble up on Dendi. They know they have to shut him down, and they're willing to let Sing Sing get a bit less experience for it, having to share it a bit with the Bane. But worth it if they can indeed shut Dendi down with it, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams are kind of like trying to shut down the mid at the moment, or I guess it's more KP are trying to shut down Dendi on the Pudge, and Puppy now has made his way there to try and help out. Since he doesn't really need to be in that bottom lane anyway, so we got this weird duel. This is like the weirdest dual lane versus dual lane ever. Nyx Assassin, Pudge, double melee.
They want to go for him. Pings came out. I mean, if there's an Impale, that's gonna be a guaranteed hook if he has the mana for it, which he don't.
He does momentarily though. They'll have it shortly. This Mirana is continuing to stack ancients though. There's so many big dragons.
Oh, look! A dragon found a way out! Funnick actually getting attacked by a dragon from the side. There. That's interesting. Dragon find a way to beat Funnick there. Arrow coming in! Nicely done! Hello! Sing Sing, bye Sing Sing. Nice pickup. Nice arrow from the high ground there. I mean, you have to know that KP hasn't seen Mirana yet this entire game. They don't have a Ward of the Ancients. Now they ping like that's where the arrow came from. But that's all they can do. Like, they now know that they can place a ward there. Now probably know what they can do, but you know, it's already too late to win the mid game now.
they're probably going to be pretty confused as to where Funnick actually was there. They know he's up there, but they're probably not expecting him to be like abusing the ancient pull to farm from across the cliff. So we'll see if they actually walk over there to try and figure out what's happening, if that's what Funnick is doing, or if there's just, you know, he happened to go up on that cliff. That's a pretty common place to go for a
Danny might be in some trouble here. Sing Sing looking to dive. Is there someone coming in here? Here comes Funnick with another arrow, but Sing Sing still gets a kill with the haste rune helping out. He sees now everything that has been going on. So they realize that they will be wards 3-0 in matches where Sing Sing stands in. That's a pretty good record. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, we might have a gank here. Pylite die, getting chased down by the host. Rocket Barrage will still be there. Oh, Pylite die, what are you doing? He's gonna go down. Puppy coming in from the side. That's a kill going the way of Kuroki's Visage. I mean,
Yeah,
the Bane can't offlane.
He's just too slow, really. We have Phase Boots, Gyrocopter. He was trying to juke to hide the vision, just to get away from Rocket Barrage, but he's never really outrunning that. Especially not with Puppy coming in from behind the tower. He had made the big reach around. And at that point, he's kind of just screwed no matter what he does.
Yep. We're seeing a level 6 up on Dendy. Or sorry, a level 6 up on Sing Sing. Level 5 still up on Dendy. So Sing Sing getting a bit higher levels right now with that solo kill that he just was able to do. Here comes another arrow though. Ooh, nice dodge. But will there be a hook? There will be a hook, but it actually missed. Sing Sing able to dodge those, at least for now. Of course, if Dendy would have been level 6 there, that would have been a dismember.
Yeah, he was in range to get the dismember if he had been level 6, but Sing Sing probably aware that he's level 5. It's not really hard to check if someone's level 6 or not when you're in lane against them. And being aware of that is very important, especially against the hero like Pudge, since otherwise if he ever gets close to you, you know that you're probably about to die.
Yeah, in the meantime, Funnick is having some issues here. I mean, the dragons are getting a bit too big for him, and his trees are growing back. And it's nighttime, so the vision isn't as good either. And I'm just trying to create some more here, but it's. I mean, he's a bit slowing down. He's level 3. He has been level 3 for a while. And that means that he is actually on par with the supports of Navi, of KP rather. As we have Dendy maybe looking for another hook, but Sing Sing, he doesn't even have extra vision. He just knows where not to stand right now. Maybe, yeah, having that range creep blocking him. The pings go off. They know that they're there, and instantly Sentry Ward comes out from Puppy. But that was just spider senses from Sing Sing, knowing where Dendy would stand.
Yeah, when you're laning, you get kind of used to laning against Pudge.
Yeah.
Being aware that where he's going to be standing, where he's not going to be standing. And Dendy gonna have trouble really just landing a solo hook on Sing Sing. He's playing pretty patient and trying his best to get these hooks, but Sing Sing's staying back, making sure that whenever he's bottling, he's moving back and forth in the back of the creep wave, trying to limit the angles where he can really get caught by a hook, even with Puppy here.
Yeah, here comes the Impale, misses. Wasn't actually on par either. The blink was there, and that was the Impale. Oh my god, my drawings are amazing. And more wards being placed here. Extra vision, of course. In the meantime, Sing Sing still working without vision because all the wards of KP has actually died out. And we see this often from KP that they build everything around their anti-mage, but right now I'm actually thinking that they need to give Sing Sing some help because he's up versus 3. He has impales, arrows, and hooks that he has to dodge. And no vision whatsoever to help him out here.
Yeah, if people keep harassing Sing Sing in the mid lane, it's going to be kind of miserable for him. It's these supports showing up, trying their best to make things miserable for the Queen of Pain. What's kind of surprising is they're not doing anything about the anti-mage at all at the moment. We do see Gyro's been mostly farming, actually, Havo's heading all the way back to base right now because he's low on HP. But yeah, they're gonna have to eventually deal with anti-mage, try to stop him from farming or set up some ganks on him to slow him down. Because right now, anti-mage is getting pretty much everything he wants.
Yeah, Puppy gets an Invis rune. Let's see if he can make something happen with that. That's a free, guaranteed Impale hit. But they know that the rune was taken, so they'll be extra careful. There goes the Impale still. Here comes the hook. That is indeed Queen of Pain, and the Dismember. That's a guaranteed kill right there. Just with that wrong rune picked up, and just with the lack of vision. If Sing Sing would have seen which rune was picked up, he probably wouldn't have been there. In the meantime, we have got Vos. He's actually rotated top to be up against that anti-mage that indeed he realizes they need to do something about. Funnick rotating top as well. He's level 4 only though, but those arrows still level 2 kind of still hurt, and of course still disable quite a long time as well. In the meantime, that Bane's still not level 6, so can't really help just yet. But yeah, I mean, in the meantime, it is Anti-Mage that's sitting on 70 for 11 in terms of last hits. Havos, oh, arrow misses though. Ace Path hits. Micropyre as well. Cooldown comes down, but this is actually a lot of damage going through on the gyrocopter. Will they blink forward is the question. Yes, they will. And Sing Sing coming in as well. This should be a kill upon Havos. There comes the scream, and it is Sing Sing that takes the second kill of the game for KP. For himself.
Yeah, they tried. Havos tried to like do as much damage as possible. I think he knew he was dead at that point, and that's why he ended up going to the side shop, trying to move around in the fog to just rocket rush as much as possible. But Kamami gonna die as well.
Yeah, dismember. Rain Step still there. Sonic Wave, Dandy dead. Arrow though, still hits up on Sing Sing there. Pylai Die might be in some trouble as well. Nice by Carapace by Puppy, but Puppy will still end up going down before he can catch up Pylai Die. And that is kills going the way of KP. 2 for 1. Very, very good trade. They kill off the Nyx Assassin and the Pudge for just a kill up on the... Oh, wait a second. For just a kill up on Come With Me. Haste Rune will save Sing Sing there. Yeah, it's fine. Nice hook though.
Yep, Dandy's starting to land these hooks, and it's making things like a little bit more difficult anytime he gets hooked.
Bone 7 getting chased away here from this bottom lane. Tower goes down as Vos picks up the last hit for that. It's got already the Ogre Club has got 1k gold in his inventory still after that. In terms of net worth, it is still Anti-Mage that is a bit ahead here. But when I say a bit, I only mean about 50 gold, because that is a difference right now. Of course, one tower going the way of Navi does help out the net worth for the gyro a bit. Especially since it was him that picked up the last hit for the tower as well.
Yeah, definitely. They're getting that farm from the towers. He's still... we have Gyro and Anti-Mage basically right on top of each other in terms of net worth. And they're actually getting a gank here on Bone 7. Maybe Puppy can't get in range.
A nice surge, of course. Indeed, the Vendetta Puppy is up. Still only level 1 though, so we'll go away fairly soon. Let's see if Bone 7 is gonna overextend this one, but it doesn't look like it. Nah, he'll be safe. He knows what's going on. And I guess for KP, I mean, all they want to do is just hold on as long as possible until their Anti-Mage is fed. Oh, another hook! And there's a dismember. Will the blink be in time is a question. Yes, but the Urn Charge still ticking. Ice Path not hitting. Micropyre does a bit there. Looks like Sing Sing is able to bottle through that Urn Charge, so he'll be able to stay alive. There is another hook up though, Impale coming from the side. Sing Sing will still end up going down. The hook actually was on Come With Me, but Dandy ends up denying himself, still dies. But as does the Jakiro Visage with the kill, 2 for 1. And of course that one not even a kill, but a deny. Navi first, yeah. Getting the upper hand. In the meantime, Anti-Mage skills up Mirana. Funnick going down on the top lane.
Yeah, Funnick not doing particularly well this game, and probably mostly owed to the fact that he spent a lot of time on those Ancients. They are stacked. There's a lot of gold sitting on these Ancients now. So once Gyrocopter can really kill them, which isn't the easiest since they're all big creeps. There's like 4 dragons. It's just up there, and that's a lot of farm. So eventually we'll see Havos probably move to them. It's kind of an interesting strategy. Mirana can do it okay, just killing the little ones, and it leaves all the big ones for later. Meantime, Atomic gets hooked.
Yeah, and dismembered, and hit, and arrowed, and killed. That's gonna be a revenge kill from Funnick, of course, who died to Envy earlier. And I mean, this is exactly what Navi needs to do to get the mid game going for them, because they have mid game. They have, of course, a bit of late game with a gyro as well, quite a lot actually, but they still want to probably end the game mid game with that Pudge helping out a lot. Pudge did die 3 times. One of them was, of course, the suicide, but yeah, he is right now doing exactly the thing that Navi wants him to. And he is in the enemy jungle, by the way. So I'm just gonna try to follow and not miss. Oh my God, that hook!
Wow.
I mean, there is vision, you know. They know that he walked there, so
yeah,
granted.
It was still blind for when it hit,
yeah.
And a couple seconds before that, he could have stopped or moved in any direction. But it's a very, very good hook from Denny. It was also like max range.
Yep.
Denny just landing. That's a really good hook to get. It sets up a kill that he wouldn't be getting otherwise, just the support wandering around in their own jungle. And it keeps him trying to get some farm since he's not having the best of time Thus far in the mid lane, he's died, like you were saying, 3 times already. One was a suicide, but it's still a death.
Yep.
For Dendy. He's not farming during that time. He's not up trying to set up ganks.
Yeah, Poppy later with a Vendetta will find Envy. I'm not sure if he can take him down by himself, but he might try. He's level 8. There he goes with the mana burn helping out. Nah, he won't be able to get him. Oh, arrow! Just too late. Blink away was still there, but the Urn Charge still taken down. And that actually might be enough. That might be enough. That is enough! Poppy with the kill. Urn charges for everybody. Of course, there's an Urn and on the Pudge and on the Nyx Assassin. Happy for Poppy that he still had 1 charge there. That was his last one. We also have a Gem of Truesight picked up by Dendy, so more map control going the way of Navi that way, as we do have a pause coming off from Avos there.
Yeah, that Urn charge was the last tick of Urn, got Envy down. I'm sure he's not pleased about that. And it's strange to see the double Urn competitive game because they don't stack.
Yeah, you only get charges up on 1.
Right. But I guess if they're not planning on ganking that much together, but they're both playing and ganking quite a bit, it can be a very powerful effect to have. Especially since Pudge has been going for mainly solo kills and Puppy has kind of been moving around as well. Still strange though, because as the game goes on, you're more and more likely to be getting those kills next to each other. Maybe we'll see one of them end up selling it at some point. And there's a gem picked up on Dendy now.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do with that. In the meantime, there's 3 people of Navi sitting top, but there's nobody there from KP. There's actually 3 from KP on the bottom lane, and they look to kill off Avos. Fiend Script there, and that's a kill going the way of Pylai Die. Very clear, secure kill. Sonic Wave used for that right now. Of course, they know that that's happening as well as, well, the BKB done up on Avos. Still 8 minutes faster, just under 8 minutes faster than the average gyro, but of course it is his first item. So didn't pick up drums, didn't pick up anything else. Need to take that into account. As we will see 4 now from KP on the bottom lane, including Eternal Envy. So they'll try to take the tower, get some control back, because they lost the control over their own jungle. They'll try to take control over Navi's jungle.
Yeah, Navi doing a very good job of ganking in the dire jungle, trying to stop the places that Eternal Envy really has to safely farm. So Eternal Envy, as a result, is forced to push with his team to try and go for this tier 1. Support is on the way from Navi though, and they also use the Moonlight Shadow. Not going to be able to find any kills with it, but they keep their tower safe.
Yeah, the arrow almost stopping Cometly from teleporting out. In the end, we see Puppy still going for Sing Sing. Yeah, that's gonna be an impale there. Mana Burn will be there. That's a kill. And this is a solo Nyx Assassin killing off a solo Queen of Pain. Level difference is only 1 level. This was the solo mid, of course, for KP. And that's kind of trouble. We have the gold grab going away from Navi just by 2k gold. As the hook hits up on Bone 7. Ice Path trying to help out though. Denny actually taking quite a bit of damage here. He will end up going down. Suicide, of course he can. Soul Assumption up on Bone 7, getting chased down by the burst. Mechanism will help keep him up a little while longer. Nice Ice Path, preventing people from chasing. The birds can of course fly over that, even though they still look to be frozen, but they still move. And yeah, that was Denny going down for the 2nd time. They didn't end up getting a kill, but I mean, that's just more control of them for them. Arrows. Oh, Pylai Die dodges that one. But there will still be an impale. There will still be some birds coming around. And there will still be a soul assumption. And the hits and that kill goes away of Kuroki. Sing Sing chasing him down. In the meantime, Arana still goes down. Jakiro getting that hit. We see Sing Sing jumping forward. Spike Carapace put up by Poppy. Ends up being out already before it can do any damage. Poppy being chased down. There goes his Scream. Nice impale. Rocket Barrage coming off. Mechanism helping out. Surge away as well. There will be another blink. No extra kill going the way of KP. And everybody gets out alive. I say that, but we still see Kuroki in a bit of trouble here. He's trying to TP out. Dual Breath will still go through, but that's not a kill. He is in base. He is just fine. And the lonely bird that's sitting there should be just fine as well.
Yeah, that was a really good escape by Kuro, actually. He leads a couple heroes away from the rest of his team. So none of them are dying, like Puppy's able to get away. Havos does almost gets a kill on Sing Sing. The Jakiro almost landed the Ice Path. He tried to come with me, tried to guess where he was going to be. And Kuro realized this went the other way and just teleported out immediately. He knows that the Ice Path's on cooldown, has nothing to stop him, and that's his best chance out.
Yeah, well, everybody is like skirmishing a bit. Like there's a lot of movement coming off from everybody. Even Avos has actually been in quite a few fights already. But we still have Avos and the Anti-Mage also trying to farm a lot, as Sing Sing will end up going down here. And Bane denied Sing Sing actually. Bane denied Sing Sing. That's a really great job. But
I was denied from Urn Charge?
no, the Knight from Nightmare.
Oh, Nightmare. Okay.
Oh, as in he denied it with the Nightmare.
Yeah, okay. I missed what actually hit the deny. So, yeah, alright. That's a good deny to get with the Bane, using the Nightmare, just a little bit of damage to take him down. It's pretty powerful. And Eternal Envy finally has his Battle Fury done, 900 gold beyond it. He's had treads for a long time, we've seen, but... see where he can try and farm. He hasn't really been able to find a lot of space yet.
Now we'll see how his gold minute goes up. He's got 405 right now. Gyro's still a little bit higher, but tower gold helping out with that. We do have even score on towers though, but the last hit of the tower on the bottom lane was taken by Vos, and he's also been in more fights than... actually, that's not true. I lie. I thought that Envy hadn't been in that many fights, but both have been in 3 kills so far, and both have also died twice. So in that regards, they're even. We'll see if Eternal Envy can get his net worth up real fast, because that's what he will be aiming for, to try and just flash farm right now, and when he's ready he'll try to join the fights that KP is already having without him, and then he'll see if he can turn it around, because it is a matter of turning it around, because right now, even though the differences in terms of gold and experience are really not that great, it is in control of Navi, because they force everything out, even though they sometimes die for it.
Yeah, Navi are setting the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Dendi, even though he's not having a ton of success, if you look at his kill score, he's died as many times as he got kills. He's setting up a lot of kills, and that's very important for his team. He's moving around, he's forcing KP to play on the back foot, and that's creating a lot of space for Havos to be farming. And Havos not even really trying to take advantage of it, he's moving around and getting involved with his team as well. So this is a good strategy against Animage. If you don't really want to deal with him as the game goes on, you could force fights elsewhere, make sure the rest of Animage's team is really, really weak. And it's hard for them to do anything. You need Animage to be very, very farmed to be able to actually 5v1.
Yeah, we see Dendi already hiding in the jungle. The tier 1 tower will end up going down. The question is, will Dendi take someone with him? Looks like he is not gonna try to get a hook here. It's too risky with everybody of KP around here. Even Antimage is in blinking distance. They do take a tower in return. Top tier 1 gets traded for bottom tier 1, so fairly even trade. Although the, of course, difference is that KP was with 4 people when they took down the tower, and the Vos did it by just the 1. So in the end, the trade favors Navi slightly, just by Phonics still getting some experience mid while all of that happened.
Yeah, they're moving. Navi, they weren't really ready to take that fight, it feels like. There's a lot of AoE and teamfight on the side of KP, ignoring what the Animage can really do at the moment. So they're just content to trade a tower, but they also split farm. They have Funnick in the mid lane, Gyro in the top lane, and just their supports hanging out in the jungle, making sure that while they're using this, they don't have to commit too much to actually even trade the tower. So let's farm up our heroes elsewhere on the map, and just be as efficient as possible. And when you're doing that, it's hard for a team that's behind to really come back. They're not really far behind. Like if we look at the golden experience graph, it's bouncing quite a bit, but it's always favoring Navi.
Yeah, same thing goes for the experience. 4k in favor of Navi. And if we translate it into levels, that actually means that the supports of Navi are already level 11. Look at that, look at the net levels, like, overall. Level 11 on 4 of the heroes of Navi. And level 13, of course, one for each. Nice courier snipe, by the way, by Poppy, who was sitting there behind the tower. With a Veneta. But there is 2 heroes of KP that are not yet level 11, and that makes a big difference. That level 2 ultimate, with the Fiend Script and with the Macropire even, it really makes a big difference, as we see that Navi, again, I mean, they're just taking control of the Radiant jungle, Dire jungle rather, and they will be looking for stuff. They can't really find anything right now though. Like, we see the minimap, they don't, obviously. And we see that there's actually 4 people of KP around that bottom lane. Well, I was including these 2, but they are rotating out middle. You have to be careful though. Jakiro has a gem of his own now in his bags as well. BKB being built up by Queen of Pain in the meantime, needs quite a bit for that. 5 heroes going for the tier 2 here from Navi. And they're just trying to bait things out for KP. They know that they have to keep fighting with their lineup right now. Impale, hook, come with me, dismember, kill. That's the kind of thing that they can do, and that's the kind of thing that they just did.
Yeah, and if they're getting these kills, it's really easy for them to take towers as well. But while this is going on Eternal Envy now, is the one solo split pushing on the carry. He's not really going to be able to get this tower, especially not with teleports coming in. And going to be forced back. And things could, that trade really favoring Navi. They get a kill, they get a tower, and Eternal Envy is kind of forced to try and find farm again. He's actually heading to the Radiant jungle. feeling that that's probably the safest place for him to be farming, and he's absolutely right at the moment.
No, Funnick might be in some trouble. Yeah, no, he's okay. Blink away from Envy. Envy who went for Vlad's rather than for Manta Star, for example, first to split push a bit more effectively. As an arrow comes and hits Envy. They're actually going to go in on that. Puppy coming in with a Vendetta and an Impale. There we go. And the Impale hits in time as well. Will they be able to get the kill though? It's going to be close. It won't be in time. TP out from Envy. And that's indeed going to be him out safe. But him, again, stopped in his tracks in terms of farms. Hello?
Hi. Yeah, everyone moving around.
Just checking if you're still there. So quiet.
Oh yeah, no. Never mind. We're still just seeing Eternal Envy not farm, I think, the way he wants to be. He's moving. He picked up a Vlad's, actually, which is somewhat unusual. We see it from time to time on these anti-mages. It's usually if they need to be able to jungle a lot more than normal. And that's kind of what the situation Eternal Envy has found himself in. He can't even split push effectively, because anytime he does, there's always a chance that Pudge is going to land a hook, and he's in a lot of trouble if anyone else shows up. He's actually going for a solo Roche now. He can do it if he doesn't get incredibly unlucky with bashes with this Vlad's pickup. And it doesn't look like Navi don't have any sight, so they're not going to probably be expecting this. They're thinking Eternal Envy is just moving around in the forest. And since they're in their dire, they're probably thinking it's the Radiant jungle that he's at. Yeah. So you should be able to sneak this.
Oh, that's a hook. Come with me. Getting hooked up. Kuroki being around there to help out with the kill. And we see, we see the support, like you said, they're rotating a lot. And we saw Dendi sitting at this top lane for a long time, or in the dire jungle at least. And they have to then get these skills, because if they don't, they're going to be wasting a lot of time. And that's actually favoring KP quite a bit right now. We do have the BKB up on Sing Sing. And that's going to be Roshan indeed for Envy, who will be picking up that Aegis as well while selling his shield. That's something that Navi will be probably not expecting, and will allow Envy also for at least for another 6 minutes to probably just continue to farm without really any interruption, because even if they kill him off once, he will still be able to blink away afterwards if they try to go for him.
They have quite a few abilities though. They can use either Impale or Arrow very easily after the
talking about Arrow, Bone 7 got hit by an arrow. Gets killed off. Nice! But there's no follow-up. Nice ice path coming off from Come With Me, and there's the Moonlight Shadow getting away. Envy Joe jumping in, Silver Ward goes down. Mana Void stops Puppy for a little bit. Sonic Wave as well, they really want him, they get him as well. Gem of True Sight gets picked up because of that one again, as Come With Me of course lost his gem earlier on. So they take one in return again, and that was actually his own one. We're very lucky for him. Envy jumps himself into Funnick, but knows he can't hope to chase him down. Arrow will miss as he jumps himself into the Ancients, but he finds Kuroki and Dendi and the bird, stunning him up. Nice ice path. Might be allowing Anti-Mage to go for this. It's Soul Assumption though. Fiend's Grip, Kuroki. Necropire trying to help out. Kuroki will end up going down. Envy coming in to help out with a kill, but Jakiro ending up taking it. Verana still picking up the Bane as Funnick is just hitting stuff. There is a gem on the floor once again as Havos comes in. Blink away from Envy. He knows he has to continue farming right now, and his Aegis already burned away. That was a bit of an awkward engagement. Really nicely done by Navi, knowing that the Anti-Mage would blink there. So either he would get hit by the arrow, or we would blink right into the familiars of Kuroki. Able to burn away the Aegis, able to take 2 support kills. They do lose their own support, of course, as well. But pretty nicely done overall.
Yeah, it ends up working out pretty well. They get the Aegis down, they get those couple supports, and they lose only Visage. That's pretty much the kind of fight Navi wants to take. It almost looked like Pudge was going to go down for a moment there, but they started running, Kuro stayed in, and that kind of forced KP to change their attention a little bit on defying the Visage, who's a little bit harder to burst down. And the rest of Navi eventually shows up and starts to take the fight. So things looking good for Navi once again. They also have that gem taken back after just recently losing it. So this gem being traded back and forth quite a bit. And we're going to have a pause from Puppy.
Yeah, we now don't have any gem on the map anymore for KP at least, unless they have something in the courier, which I doubt it. Yeah, they don't have any gems, so we do have Navi sitting on that gem, one up on Funnick and the other one in the base. So that's where they dropped the other one. There's of course 2, one bought by Navi, one bought by KP. I mean, Navi doing pretty well for themselves. Their gyrocopter is able to keep up with the Anti-Mage in terms of farm. Even, like, he's even ahead right now by quite a lot. And not just because he's been farming, because he has been farming a bit, but he's also been with his team. He's been with those kills. He's been getting the assists. He's been getting the last hits on the towers, of course. That helps out a lot as well. There's only 1 tower left standing on the side of KP. And there are still 4 standing on the side of Navi. And, I mean, that's a pretty dangerous thing to have. It is still a gyrocopter. It might not be the same type of carry as an anti-mage, but he can carry just as well.
Yeah, we see kind of the problem with Eternal Envy's playstyle against this kind of lineup, I guess. He's spending a lot of time farming, and he's not really having that much success. He went for Roshan, which takes a long time and doesn't give him that much gold, but gives him the Aegis. Helps out his team quite a bit, but he's not really keeping up with just the carry who's involved in terms way of host. He's getting farm in terms of last hits. He's 33 ahead at this point, but he's also just moving around, getting towers, being involved in kills. And that's really helpful for his team and for his farm as well. So as long as he's focusing on farming while he's in the lanes, trying to make the best of it that way, but also being able to use just his abilities in team fights. Because call down, flex, and both can do a ton of AoE damage to try and kill these supports off from KP. You know, things look good for Navi.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Puppy is doing here. Like, he has 3 birds here. Probably realizes that anti-mage is here. The pings go off, Envy backs out.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of pings going on in the top lane. Envy goes towards some ancients, finds Dendy though. Whew. No vision there for Navi up the high ground. They know where he is though, they're chasing him down. Envy is on the run, ends up being in the top lane where of course everybody of Navi sees him. And they really want to take him down.
Yeah, this is...
See, blink. Oh, just too late. Perfect blink though.
Middle tower is under attack.
From Puppy coming in. The Manta style up on Phonic in the meantime. Was a bit of an awkward chase. You can of course vote exclamation mark, vote case sensitive, Pudge Puck, Quap Tinker, Invoker. Your favorite hero that you like to see for Dendy. I'm curious to see how many people will vote for the Pudge. And like, there's a lot of people, heroes there that a lot of people like seeing. A lot of signature heroes. Can you actually call them signature heroes if there's so many? At some point, like if you play Dota long enough, wouldn't you have signature heroes on all?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess at some point you'll still have ones that you kind of favor. Like we see Dendy likes to play Pudge. He used to play a lot of Invoker.
Yeah.
Rubik even, and Rubik he doesn't play at all anymore. So I think it's the ones that you're going to become known for. Even if you play a lot of heroes, there'll always be the ones that like people are fans of watching you play.
True. Let's see. Tier 3 tower getting some harassment. Envy in the meantime split pushing on the bottom lane. TPing himself out in the end. Let's see, they want to take a fight. We're gonna see Denny doing some fishing because he needs to get a hook. And then the fight is going the way of Navi just to make sure that they don't have to deal with a Fiend's Grip or something. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, that happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They were standing next to each other for quite some time though. I don't know if he just wasn't watching.
Oh, they are gonna initiate. BKB turned on by the gyro though, and Envy, he can't do anything here. He gets locked down. He has to blink himself away, and barely alive still. A Sonic Wave still goes on, but it is Sing Sing and Pylai that end up dying. Come with me, trying to do what he can. Then he turns on his BKB, chasing down on the support. Needs a hook. Let's see if Come With Me can dodge it. Nope, he cannot, and he'll go down. Dendy though might go down as well. Tower coming in, couple of hits though. No, dead. That's a tower, and actually it is the credit that goes to Come With Me still, but that's the only kill that KP was able to do there, and they lose their entire set of racks. It's not a very convincing Dendy push game, but he is still making it work for his team. Together with the rest, certainly, it's just an entire synergy there, apart from Kuroki blocking the hook from Dendy, which actually, I'm thinking it was by accident, but we know that Kuroki is a pretty trollish person, so maybe he did it on purpose.
It's possible. I don't know. That position's kind of not the best place to do something silly. Like when they're winning, it's fine. It makes sense that they're messing around a little bit more. But that's like the initiation of a big team fight that can really turn the tide of the game if they completely throw it. So I don't know if he was necessarily just like, yeah, I'm going to stand in front of Pudge and try and block his hook.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's. I mean, they're not even like they took a lane. That's great, but you're still fighting up against an anti-mage who can split push you very effectively. So it's not really a guaranteed win for them just yet. We do have the gyro going for Butterfly. I mean, regardless of all the heroes that are roaming around, this gyrocopter is just.
Bottom lane.
Oh, blink away. Whoa, he might actually still die. Oh no, the TP just in time. That urn charge almost got him killed. Manta Cell up on the anti-mage though, but we already saw that previous fight and it just didn't matter. Because the illusions will be in the cooldown, will be in the flak cannon, will be in the rot, will be in the impale, will be in the starstorm, and then they're dead. And there's no way that Envy himself can also stay alive for a very long time. We saw him just getting shut down, and like he was shut down for a very long time. They didn't end up killing him, but he wasn't able to do any damage in that fight. He just was first to blink out the moment that he got out of that stun, out of that disable.
Yeah, he initiated actually on Havost, which is somewhat unusual. He like blinked in, Manta style, attacked Havost. Havost immediately BKB'd. It was like, not playing with this. Don't want to get all of my mana burned immediately by the anti-mage with Manta. And as a result, they weren't able to really do too much. Anti-mage just forced to back off. Immediately, those illusions from Manta get killed by the flag cannon, by the Gyro ultimate. And it made kind of Eternal Envy's impact in that fight a lot weaker than it really needed to be at this point in the game. And we also saw Dendi land a hook across the middle of the fight on the Bane. Yeah. Which just killed the Bane.
It killed the Bane. Yeah, I was for a second like I saw Sing Sing dying there. He died at the same time about-ish. But it was kind of awkward to see him just like straight out die, because he wasn't in the fight when the fight actually started, which is of course something that you can't do as a Bane. But yeah, Dendi just making sure he got that, no Fiend's Grip anymore. And of course, I mean, a Bane on itself is a pretty easy target for a Pudge, because he needs to stand still to channel his spell. You can just land a hook and make sure he stops channeling, and Bane is that squishy that he actually might just die from that as well, if you go for this member, and if he takes some of the AoE damage from the flak cannon, of course, as well. So, yeah, Navi looking pretty good. It is still the Dendi Pudge here, though. Oh, look, we see that the percentages aren't actually properly done here, as we see them disappearing on the side, but it is 54% for the Pudge. Invoker is second with 24%. Puck, Tinker, and Queen of Pain, not that interesting, but Pudge and Invoker.
Tower is under attack.
Good that Invoker is still so high. He is still, of course, a very skilled player with that as well, even though, like you said, he doesn't play it as much anymore lately.
Yeah, that's more, I think, owing to Invoker being nerfed quite a bit than to him not wanting to play.
Yeah. As we see the push. Oh, close hook up on Bone 7 almost. Tier 3 tower taking a lot of harassment here. BKB for Gyrocopter even turned on just so that he can stand here with his butterfly and just hit stuff. And what can KP do against this? They are having a split push. Oh, that's a hook up on Pylite die. Nice Ice Pet will allow Pylite to run away. BKB turned on though. BKB turned on everywhere. We still have Bone 7 going down. Sonic Wave only hits up on the very tanky Gyrocopter. Come with me. Trying to run. Won't be able to. The Rocket Barrage. It's just going to be too much. Phonic in the end with the kill. Bone trying to run. Look at all that buybacks coming out from KP. And all this time, the Rex on the top lane of Navi going down as well, because that's where Envy is at by himself. Now he comes here. Now he's able to pick up Phonic. Let's see if he can also pick up Kuroki, who's very low. He's stunned up. The birds. Is it enough? Fiendscape will help kill off Havos. Dendi still standing here. Come with me though. Goes down for the second time this fight. Here comes a buyback from Sing Sing. The Rex still end up going down, but they at least take Rex in return. And that is actually very nicely done. Of course, the middle Rex were still gone, so Navi keeps being ahead. But by just taking that Rex in return, they're not out of this game just yet. But they can't trade anymore right now. And they still have a tier 1 tower mid standing, so split pushing for KP will be a bit tough because the tier 2 bottom is also still standing. And we actually have got Puppy and Bird standing around here now. They'll just leave there. They know where the Anti-Mage went though. And he's just gonna backdoor the tower actually. Extra gold for him. Needs that gold because I think... No, he didn't buy back. He just bought something though. So pretty poor.
He brought a BKB.
Ah, there we go.
Ooh, that arrow.
Almost.
It's like max range just tickled him.
Look at the buyback statuses.
Yeah, how many was that? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
4 actually got, well, actually, yeah.
6 got used in that fight? That's so many buybacks.
2 on Navi.
Yeah,
Those sounds.
So many buybacks. It was just constantly like loud buyback noise for the entire fight while you're trying to explain what's going on. Yeah, everyone in the game buying back, you know, no big deal.
They all had that gold. All in all, KP, they're still holding on. They can go for another Roshan in a second or so. Navi could also go for a Roshan actually. They're still roaming around while Avos is still finding the farm. Constantly. He is able to find it while roaming with his team. Envy, of course, he is able to get the split push going. And that's great. I'm not too sure if it's enough right now, though. He might be able to get something done here on the bottom lane if he helps out. The creep wave is pretty big that's coming in. The tower already down to 500 HP, but yeah, Navi, I mean, they have got one lane of Rex to go, and last time they already did the tier 3 tower with just standing there with a Vos. He turned on his BKB and just shot the tower to death, and that was enough. So maybe they can do the same thing again. So we have got an Impale up on Bone 7. Then they're looking for a hook. Finds it up on Sing Sing. That's going to be Sing Sing going down before anything else. And of course the buybacks are on cooldown. Pylite die with a dismember. Flat Cannon enforcing him back. He will be able to stay alive, but only barely. As Blink Forward from Puppy actually still kills him off. Never mind that. Pups has been dead to get away. And that's going to be Rax on the top lane as well. So this is going to be Mega Creeps for Navi. Pretty unusual game. It was just a bit unusual game, I think. But Mega Creep still, I think, will call the GG. Will force out the GG in time. Impale, come with me. Vacuum, nicely done though, but it doesn't really matter that much. Here comes Envy. BKB turned on. Bone 7 will still end up going down, but as will Puppy. But yeah, Envy, the last one alive for his team. That was a 10-second BKB, and that's the GG called. So, like, overall thoughts on the game?
It was well played by Navi. Dendi, it looked like he wasn't maybe doing as well as he was, but he was actually zoning very well. He was keeping KP really far back, and he kept landing hooks that it felt like KP really shouldn't have been giving him. And like getting a pick off on Queen of Pain to start a fight, that's pretty much a one fight for Navi. There's not too much that KP can do from behind when one of their most farmed heroes is just down to start the game.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, I guess that, like what you said, it's kind of also just having a Pudge on the map forces you to be extra defensive, as we see that Dendi... Oh, no, Sing Sing will be able to get away. Or not, or yes, or... Whoa, hello, come with me. Nice ice path, come with me jumping in as well. I mean, of course the GG has already been called, but hey, players can have some fun. We're just waiting for the creeps to kill up the throne. Actually, the admins will do it for us. We will have another game from Navi though. Let's see if they're gonna treat us on another Pudge or maybe Invoker, who knows. We will see Mousesports after this, indeed. Don't go anywhere. Mousesports versus Navi. KP wasn't able to get a win here. They are now one loss ahead. Can you be one loss ahead? I guess they have one loss more than Mousesports. Mousesports will be trying to get ahead, of course, by taking down Navi as well. If they lose this as well, they'll be on par again with KP, and that's not where they want to be, because those two are fighting for the 5th spot right now. And with Navi sitting on the top 4, the 5th spot is actually going to Kiev, because Navi can't. Anyway, next game coming up, Mousesports Navi, StarLadder, day number 25. This was game number 3. We will head ourselves over to game number 4, and of a day where we see 8 games in total, by the way. So stick around for more Dota 2 action, and we'll be right back with you.